This is a 3-pack of 1.25-inch eyepieces. The brand is Alstar. I believe they're a 6, a 20, and a 32 millimeter. I was sent these to review for free. If you wanted to purchase them, the pack would cost you $56. They haven't paid me for this review, and my opinions remain my own. So in the box, we have 3 individual eyepiece boxes, the 6, the 20, and the 32, and a little bit of packaging. So let's start with the smallest first. They are sealed with little clear stickers. Like that. So this guy has a Ziploc baggie around it, and it comes with dust caps at both ends. So we have the size for the eyepiece and the bottom here. So these are threaded for 1.25-inch standard astronomical filters. Let me just check the threading here. So that threaded on very nicely. The size is correct. It says 6 millimeter Plossl fully coated. And you can see that the 6 millimeter has a very small exit pupil. So the rubber eye cups will fold down, and in fact you pretty much have to fold them down to put the dust cover over the top. Alright, so there's the 20 millimeter, significantly larger lens at that end. Threading works well. The inside is anodized black. Same rubber pop-up eye cup there. This is 32 millimeter. Alright, the body of the 32 millimeter bumps out a little bit from the tube here. Threading is all good, black anodized. Alright, so construction-wise, they feel pretty good. They're relatively heavy in the hand. I don't see anything rattling or gaps or anything like that. It's obviously a problem up front. Let's go use them. I'm going to use them both in daytime and then maybe look at them at night. So I'm going to go take these and take some images through them and see what they look like. I'm testing these with an Astrotech. It's a 66 millimeter aperture. It's a 400 millimeter focal length. So the videos and pictures you're seeing have been shot with my phone just through one of these 3-axis telescope eyepiece adapters. So I'm using this kind of like a spotting scope during the daytime, taking a picture of the dock on the other side of the lake there. The 32 millimeter was very comfortable to use, lots of eye relief, big area, super easy to use, very comfortable to look through. 20 millimeter also easy to use, comfortable to look through, decent magnification, pretty happy with that one as well. I was a little worried that the 6 millimeter here would be too much magnification for my relatively small, 60 millimeter aperture. So there wasn't a lot of eye relief. I had to take my glasses off and focus to my prescription with this 6 millimeter. The exit pupil was very small, but if you get your eye right up there and look straight through the exit pupil, you get a good view. And I was actually surprised at how much detail I could make out. There's a little yellow sticker over there, and you could kind of see the face, the black face on it. Now a nice feature of this kit is all 3 of these are parafocal, which means that if you get it in focus with one eyepiece, you can swap out to the other eyepieces and your telescope stays in focus. So you don't have to touch the focus adjustment at all swapping between these eyepieces. I normally use a zoom eyepiece with this telescope that costs about the same as the set of 3. But the downside of it goes between 10 and 30, so the range is pretty close, 6 to 32 versus 10 and 30. Although here you have, it's stepless. You can basically zoom in or out as much as you want. But you have to adjust the focus. If you change this a lot, it will go out of focus and you have to change the focus. So it's still a little faster to just, turn the zoom knob and then adjust the focus than to swap out the eyepiece. But there are downsides to the inexpensive non-parafocal zoom eyepiece. So I took these guys outside and looked at the moon. I am using a 3-axis eyepiece adapter to put my cell phone up to the eyepiece. And so the photos and videos you're getting here are not as high quality as what it looks like with your eye. So just keep that in mind. 32 millimeter, very good views of the moon. You had a decent amount of the sky in addition to the moon. The 20, you could pretty much fit the whole moon in the viewport. The 6 millimeter is difficult to line up with the cell phone camera lens. It's not too hard to use just with your eye, but it is a small exit pupil. So you have to get your eye up close and you have to line things up just right. Once you do, you get a very nice sharp image of the moon. You can see the craters pretty well. I think the 20 millimeter was my favorite for using on the moon. I took a couple of pictures of stars through the 20 millimeter. They came out okay. I'm in a Bortle 7 area with a lot of light pollution, and so we're never going to get anything really great here. Optically, I was pretty happy with these guys. I think they really shoot above their weight. At the value proposition, they're not the absolute best eyepieces, but these are a very good starter set of eyepieces. At the cost, they provide very good value. So I was very happy with the optics and the clarity at this price point.